All right. Yes, we are good to go. I just have to make one final quick adjustment here that I almost forgot about. There we are. Okay. Well, good morning, kids. Welcome to another episode of The Abyss. I am, of course, your host, The Eternal Abyss. Oh, there is one thing I forgot. Haha. Sorry about that. Had to step away. I need my headphones so I can hear myself. There we go. Now we're good. As I was saying, good morning, kids. How are you? I hope everyone's doing okay. I got my coffee. I hope you have yours too. As I mentioned, welcome to another episode here to the Abyss AM edition. I am, of course, your host, the Eternal Abyss. Hi. I want to say hello to everybody on all the various platforms that I'm streaming on. I want to say hello to everybody on Periscope and Twitch, Float.app, DLive, YouTube, and of course Bitwave. Can't forget about Bitwave. And here we are. Yesterday I was not able to get on stream. October 12th. I was a little under the weather, as the people who listen to me regularly know. I have allergy issues, and every once in a while they flare up. And I basically didn't sleep at all that night, and I was like, you know what, I can't make it for the stream. I wanted to be coherent for the stream, so I opted to take a day off because yesterday was indeed a national holiday as well. It was a federal holiday, at least it's supposed to be. It was Columbus Day. And it's Columbus Day. I don't care about Indigenous People Day. I don't care about all this political correctness nonsense. I don't care about this SJW nonsense. It's Columbus Day. All right? That's what it was. That's what it is. Deal with it. You want to celebrate Indigenous people? Nothing wrong with that. You don't need to subvert and politicize a holiday that we've celebrated in the United States for a very long time, and for good reason. And on top of that, take it away from a group of Italians, basically a group of people that celebrate it because they recognize the contributions of their ethnic group. Everybody talks about wanting to recognize, the contribution of immigrants, and they want to talk about all the different contributions of different groups. But when it comes to Italians, oh, screw you. You know? Am I ashamed of you guys, like, at third party? No. I mean, there are some things that you guys say in chat that could get me in very big trouble, but I'm not ashamed of you guys, no. Should I be? Should I be ashamed? Mamma mia. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, Illustrator, welcome to the stream. No, but I mean, seriously though, nobody seems to care. Sorry, just adjusting my laptop here, making some squeaky sounds. Nobody seems to care about the contributions that Italians have made, not only to the United States, but to the world in general. They get shafted, very much so, and their culture, art, cuisine gets butchered consistently. Yet nobody ever talks about that because I guess being of European descent, it doesn't really matter. But even back in the day, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, Italians weren't even considered white by many people. So, I mean, go figure. Things have changed now, and I just find it very frustrating to hear this sort of stuff, because you get this a lot with a lot of different groups. Goodfellas was a pretty good movie, yeah. But you get this with a lot of different groups of people where their contributions are minimized, or even if you try to celebrate a group of people's uh, contributions to humanity, history, society, science, whatever it may be, the actual fact of what they did just takes second place to the fact that they're a woman, or they're of a certain group, or they're this or they're that. I mean, the contribution itself should be the thing that's really at play here. Let me give you an example. There are European descendants, and then there are European descendants, quote. I guess so. I don't know. All I can say is this. Like, I can give you an example. One time I was having a discussion with someone, and it happened to be something was on the internet celebrate. It was Google. It was one of the Google Doodles. They were celebrating the first female programmer. Which I guess there could be some debate as to whether you define it as such, but whatever. I'm not gonna get into the semantics of it. But basically, for those that don't know much about the history of computer science, the first computer technically was designed by Charles Babbage. This guy created the first calculator, basically. It was like very much all machine based, pulleys, levers, pulleys, all that kind of stuff. It ultimately didn't really work out so well because he was way ahead of his time. He did not have the technology available to him required to put really forth the vision that he had. He worked with what he had, and he was able to create this calculating machine. Someone that worked with him, and I can't remember her name right now, she wrote a program for this calculating machine. It never was run in the sense that because the machine never fully worked, and nobody knows if this program. Well, I mean, I guess now if you create a model off of what Charles Babbage tried to do with modern technology, and you run the code and the program, quote, that she had developed, it technically runs. So the design was sound, the code was sound, the technology just was not there for it. So they consider her the first programmer. And that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. But the thing about the Google Doodle and that discussion that got to me wasn't even the fact that they were talking about how she was the first programmer. They were just talking about how she was a woman and happened to be the first programmer. And I was like, well, isn't it more important the fact that she was the first programmer, period? Like, to me, having to state the fact that she happened to have a vagina really detracted from the historic fact that she was indeed the first programmer. To me, that was an amazing feat. Why do you need to sully it by throwing any extra stuff in there for political correctness reasons? And that's where I'm getting at. It's like, you talk about these contributions that people make in art, in literature, in history, in this and that, and then you have to quantify it somehow. That somehow it's much more important because it happens to be a woman, or happens to be a black man, or maybe it's some other ethnic group, or some other little clique. I mean, I feel that the contribution itself should be the first focus. If you then want to talk about them and whatever struggles they may have had to endure in their life, fine. I don't have any issue with that. But you have to say, if you have to put all these labelings before what they really were, like you have to put the first white, female, this, that, this programmer, or the first, A, B, C, D, E, F, G than the actual, rocket scientist. I mean, to a certain extent, you're just pushing off and you're minimizing the actual act that they did, the actual genius that they had, the actual dedication, or the actual innovation that they provided. I feel that it's really a detraction from it. It's kind of like what happened with Obama and the Nobel Peace Prize. They gave him a Nobel Peace Prize for being black and a president. That's it. He really read well from teleprompters. That's the Nobel Peace Prize for him. Didn't do anything. Actually created more conflict in the Middle East. Droned the shit out of people. Killing civilians. But in a peaceful way. In a peaceful way, right? Oh, Lord. It's just really crazy for me when I think about that sort of thing. That's all. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I want to try something here. Let's see. Huh. That didn't quite work as I would expect it to, but okay. Excuse me one moment here. I'm trying to get some background music going here, actually. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and you know what? I might as well try now. Hopefully, I will not boomer up the stream. I make no promises. At all. 1 second, I need to... Where the heck is that? What's that called? Ah, okay. Alright. I need to make sure I need the file name for what I'm doing here. So, but moving on, one of the big news items of the day, started yesterday, is Amy Coney Barrett's nomination hearing. That started yesterday, and I admittedly have not been really following it that much, because as I said yesterday, I wasn't really feeling all that fantastic. So I didn't, I just been, resting and doing my own thing. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to that. A lot of people online, though, I've been seeing a lot of nonsense online over it. That's for sure. So it's interesting to see, like, people. This is a thing that I noticed yesterday. So a lot of people on the left were really, really unhappy with the fact that Lindsey Graham and John Kennedy were pining over what happened with the Kavanaugh hearings, saying that they were a circus, that it was chaos. It was like John Kennedy referenced Star Wars about that, saying that it resembled a cantina scene in Star Wars.